Spoilers! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Immortal Cave and Sandwich Trust.blogspot.ca as usual. I will put a link to my blog in the description. Now, for those who were watching my American Horror Story Asylum videos and wondering why the hell I haven't started Coven yet, I decided to take a break from them. I'll probably watch them at some point because there's going to be a very, very long break between this, the episode Last Christmas, which is excellent, and the next episode, which is apparently going to be called The Magician's Apprentice. Which, and I said spoilers at the beginning, I'm going to do that at the beginning of every single one of my episodes from this point on. Nobody give me shit. Which will star Clara. She's not gone yet. Yeah. God damn it, Moffat. First the Master. Now this. The Master came out of goddamn nowhere. This is just like there were the rumors at the beginning of the year that Clara wasn't coming, that this was going to be Clara's big finale. Between the end of season 8, which was pretty much definite she's not coming back, and even as this episode was coming to a close, it was pretty obvious that that it seemed like she's just not coming back, because what they did was goddamn genius. And this entire episode, the main enemy of it is these things called dream crabs, right? There's these little invader critters. Even the show itself basically said, look, they're face huggers, because they even referenced it. One of the scientists mentioned something like, so they're kind of like face huggers. Doctor just responds, they're what? They're face huggers, like from Alien. There's a movie called Alien. Yes, it's a horror movie. It's pretty good. There's a horror movie called Alien. I find that kind of offensive. The doctor, I have to admit, the doctor had probably the best line in the entire episode with that, which was, there's a horror movie called Alien. I find that kind of offensive. I love that line. It was very, very well done. And I have to give credit to Peter Capaldi. He actually really did. Uh, he really did knock it out of the park in this one. He was excellent. And I'm very much looking forward to season 9. Just because of the fact that, and I might do like a season 9 review tomorrow. Or a season 8 review tomorrow. I wish I was doing a season 9 review. That means I would have already seen it. But that's aside the point. With a season 8 review. Just generally speaking, like how I think the Doctor was, how I think Clara was, how I think everybody was. But, aside from there, Capaldi did excellent in this episode. Jenna Coleman did excellent in this episode. I should have even said spoilers at first. I just should have said, Nick Frost was awesome in this. That's not a spoiler. It's just common sense, because it's Nick Frost. It's Nick Frost. The man's awesome. He's friggin' Simon Pegg's other half. He's genius. He's truly genius, because the man, first of all, he was born to play Santa Claus. He just looks like Santa Claus. Perfect. But everyone was really good in this, actually. Um, my, I will admit that there was a moment very soon on where they're in the Antarctic base, or the Arctic base, the North Pole base, I should say, and she's like dancing past the crabs because she has to keep her mind on the music and not at the crabs, because if the crabs sense her, they'll attack. And I was kind of having like a name game flashback to Asylum, because I was just like, what the hell am I looking at? It was a little too random, even for Doctor Who, but again, that's just my opinion. Nobody else probably had that, but I'm in that mindset, I guess. The thing about this episode is that it does provide a lot of great drama, like Clara has to deal with Danny's death, which she does, and then everything just kind of goes on. And eventually, like, it just keeps going. And eventually you kind of realize that, like, okay, Clara gets attacked by a dream crab, and then the Doctor gets her out of it. Okay? And then just, it keeps going to the point where they're like, if we're using Inception terms, they're like 7 layers deep in dreams. Like, they keep waking up, but they never really wake up. Admittedly, it got a little ridiculous to the point where it actually did take me out of it a pinch. You know, especially since Clara really would have had the best exit possible with what they were doing, because they mentioned that, like, because of the dreams, they could have been in any time zone, any point in time or space, dreaming this, because the dream crabs had them in, like, this connected dream state thing. I don't know how it works, just work with me on this. And the doctor got back, rescued her, and then she woke up, and she was older. She was, I think, like in her 80s, is what they said. And my first thought was, well, okay, it's Doctor Who. Everybody at some point has to wear old makeup. It's just true. Think about it. Think about every companion, every character that we've had so far. Think about how many of them have worn old makeup. Every doctor, even. Just think about that for a second. But anyway. And they're doing the thing where, they're talking. And the doctor pulls out one of those Christmas crackers, the things that you pull apart. And immediately, I start getting flashbacks to Time of the Doctor with the old 11th and Clara. And they try to pull it apart, and I'm just like, the doctor's going to help her try to pull it apart, isn't he? And so help me God, if they actually ended on pulling it apart, and then, like, she passes away at some point. I would have actually just been like, that would have been perfect. But no, they're another layer deep, and yeah, Clara's going to be back for season 9, apparently. God damn it, Moffat. Like, that really would have been the perfect exit for her. And I'm not saying that as, like, I wanted her to go. I love Clara. I actually think she's a very good companion, especially considering the fact that she is so independent. That's what I like about her, is the fact that she is as independent as she is. I love that. I really do. But something I really... Like, I love this episode because of the fact that it is a Peter Capaldi 12th Doctor Christmas. It's dark, it's confusing, it's psychological, like a lot of the episodes have been this season. If you think about, like, Kill the Moon was very psychological because it had the ramifications thing. And, what other episode's really good psychologically? Listen. God, Listen was psychological. Like, and it was dark, and it was, like, it had all of that. Whereas, like, Matt Smith's were very direct to lore. Like, think about it. Christmas Carol was his first one, obviously based off of A Christmas Carol. The second one was based off of the Narnia books with the Lion, the Lich, and the Lion, the Witch, and the Lion, the Lich in the Wardrobe. That would have been a very different movie, or a book, than movie. But and what was the next one? The Snowmen, which again, Snowmen have a very fantasy fairy tale approach to it. Now, Santa Claus is in this, but every time he was kind of the brain's way of telling them, look, there's something on your head. Can you get it off for me, please? Like, I love this episode because of how psychological and dark it got. But at the same time, it did have that spirit of Christmas to it. This is what I like about the Doctor Who's Christmas specials, is that no matter how many of them I see, they're all still very different. Excuse me. And, like, think back. And I'm just going to say it right now, this episode was excellent. I think this is one of the better Christmas specials. It still doesn't beat Christmas Carol, to me at least. But it is a very good Christmas special, I will say that. Now, think back to the other Christmas specials, though. I mean, Christmas Invasion I wasn't a huge fan of because it just felt like cock-teasing the new Doctor. And I don't like that. I like... Here's, you're looking for the new Doctor, here's plenty of the new Doctor. I like that more, personally. And it didn't really have that much to do with Christmas either. Then let's think to the next one, which was Runaway Bride? Runaway Bride? Yes. And the one after that, which was Voyage of the Damned, which neither one of them really had anything to do with Christmas. I'm just going to say this right now, the David Tennant Christmas specials are kind of meh. And then we had, what was after that? After that, I think was The Next Doctor, actually, which was a good one, actually. And then, of course, End of Time, which was excellent. Well, uh, which was good, but read my review. Anyway, one of my things with the Christmas specials is that they do have to have that kind of the Christmas spirit to them. Recently, in an interview, or at some point in an interview at least, Stephen Moffat said that no matter what you do with Doctor Who, it has to have that element of fun to it. With the Christmas specials, it has to have that element of Christmas. It has to have that kind of feel to it. Time of the Doctor even had that kind of feel to it, even though that was obviously a very big thing with the regeneration of a Doctor. That's kind of the thing with it. Again, the David Tennant ones is that they didn't have much Christmas to them, and that does kind of bug me. I don't think the Eccleston one, like the third episode, that wasn't a Christmas episode. I don't believe, at least. But regardless, you know, all of those episodes, they have to have something to do with Christmas. Admittedly, Widow, what was it? Something the Widow in the Wardrobe. I can't remember exactly what that episode was called at the moment. It's probably my least favorite of the Matt Smith ones, at least. But regardless, that's what I love about the Christmas specials for Doctor Who, is that when they do it right and they have that element of Christmas while still giving you a really good story, like Last Christmas, like Time of the Doctor, like Christmas Carol, like Snowmen. Mostly Snowmen, actually, now that I think about it. But that's, again, I'm sidetracking here. Is that they do have the spirit of Christmas to them. They do have that feel of Christmas to them. And I think Last Christmas does that, and it does it very well. So, yeah, I love this episode. And I love the fact that, yes, there's another goddamn twist to it. Moffat, I swear to God. Like, whenever now we're going to start, like, second-guessing everything we hear. Like, now I'm not sure, like, Michelle Gomez did say, the Master, of course. Missy, the Master. Again, I said spoilers. If you listened this far and didn't pay attention to that, fuck you. Anyway, she did say she was coming back for season 9. Now I don't fucking know. So, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's never been denied that she isn't. But now I can't. I keep second guessing myself because of fucking the Master showing up and then Clara not, retiring? Dying? I don't know what to say. So, Moffat, you got me guessing. Goddamn. You know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've ranted on for too long about this already. Great special. It does have some problems. It does kind of go a little too far with the Inception crap. And admittedly, mocking the whole alien thing, while incredibly funny, it did kind of point out a flaw, which was the fact that it really is kind of just going after alien, but that's, again, aside the point. It was really good, and ladies and gentlemen, I shall see you for the Doctor Who reviews, for The Magician's Apprentice, evidently, and not for that. Again, I've got American Horror Story Coven, I've got American Horror Story the original, the first season, and I'm also going through something else which I'm not going to reveal just yet, but I might do a multi-part review on the series as a whole, because I've already watched like 9 episodes of it, and I am enjoying it, but again, that's not making much sense because I haven't said what it was. Regardless, have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas, even though it's a bit late, and I shall see you then. I can never move my mouse onto the stop button. There we go.